The supermarket Iceland has had its Christmas advert blocked on the grounds that it's too political. The commercial promotes Iceland's decision to remove palm oil from all its own labelled products due to concerns over deforestation endangering orangutans. Because the film was originally produced by Greenpeace, it's been deemed as breaking political advertising rules laid out in the 2003 Communications Act. Let's take a look.
Orangutan in my bedroom. Just before you go, why were you in my bedroom? I really want to know. There's a human in my forest and I don't know what to do. He destroyed all of our trees for your food and your shampoo. There's a human in my forest and I don't know what to do. He took away my mother and I'm scared he'll take me too.
Clearcast, a body which vets adverts before they go to air, has issued a statement saying Clearcast and the broadcasters have to date been unable to clear an ad for Iceland because we're concerned that it doesn't comply with the political rules of the Broadcast Code of Advertising Practice. Code, the creative submitted to us, is linked to another organisation who have not yet been able to demonstrate compliance in this area. So was it the right decision to block the advert? I'm joined now by George Monbiot, the Guardian columnist and environmental activist, and James Woodhousen, a forecasting and innovation specialist and visiting professor at London South Bank University. James, to you first, what was wrong with this ad?
Well, I think Iceland and everybody else should be able to advertise whatever they like, pretty much, and however they like. And I think I'd never heard of this bizarre organisation ending in cast that we were told had banned the ad before it got onto the screens. And I just as much oppose the Advertising Standards Authority, everybody else. All advertising is more or less political, and this was no more or less political than anything else. Having said that, I'm against censorship, but I don't agree with the sentiments of the ad. I'm sure George has got plenty to say on that, but I would point out to George, who's a reluctant Remainer, I understand, that the EU is very intent on telling Nigeria's 4 million smallholders in palm oil what they can and can't grow, and it's doing pretty much the same in Malaysia. Palm oil and deforestation and orangutans are maybe problems, but we can solve them without imposing Brussels fiat and, you know, just telling Africans and Malaysians what to grow, how to grow it, and how to behave. That's not right. Let's see the ad, though. I'm all in favour of this very poor and soppy cartoon being shown. George?
Well, it's hard to know where to start. I mean, clearly it's absurd. Buy this product, non-political. Don't buy this product, political. How does that make any sense?
Yeah, so you're saying you can advertise a product that contains palm oil, but you can't put out an advert that is against the use of palm oil.
You could advertise a product that is literally ripping the living planet apart, pushing us closer towards climate breakdown, destroying the diversity and abundance of wildlife. That's absolutely fine. That's non-political. But say, we're not putting this in our products, that's political. Now, I had a look at the board of this Clearcast organisation. It is solely composed of TV executives. There's not a single person there representing the public interest, not a single person representing the planetary interest.
It's undemocratic.
I've never seen, I've never seen a board of a body with public duties less balanced than this one. Who are they to tell us
exactly
what's political and what's not?
Exactly.
Do you think the problem, George, here is that this was originally a Greenpeace film, which was then repackaged with an Iceland logo, and perhaps if they'd made this themselves, it might not have rung so many alarm bells?
Well, you know, most adverts are made by far dodgier organisations, which are called advertisers. And these are people who have got no concern at all for humanity. They just want to push products, even products which are going to kill us. They made a roaring trade in advertising cigarettes and alcohol. And we seem to believe that those are fit and proper people to make adverts. But people who actually care about the living planet and care about our survival, our future, our health, somehow these are not fit and proper people to make adverts. Surely what it should be judged on is whether that advert breaches the rules or not who made that advert or who was somewhere involved in the food chain in producing that advert.
But they're
it's
saying
the end result, which is
they're saying that it did break the rules.
Yeah, James, I was just going to say, Clearcast are saying that this advert did breach the rules.
Well, who knows?
Then
Who knows?
in this case,
who knows
I mean,
what the rules are in a hurry? You know, who knows who Clearcast is in a hurry? I disagree with Iceland's politics on this matter. I disagree with George. But one thing we can agree on is that these interfering busybodies who want to determine what us, the stupid young natives, might or might not watch and be persuaded are, we'll make our minds up on that. That's what democracy is about: respecting the rights of individuals to watch stuff and then take their own view. And it's absolutely antediluvian for this unelected body to take any ad which it deems political, apolitical, half political, it doesn't matter. They shouldn't be allowed to do it. It's ridiculous.
If there is a rule which says, because of a particular organisation which made this ad, we can't show it, then that rule is absurd, unless the organisation is a banned organisation. You know, if it's some sort of fascist group or something, fair enough. It's banned.
Greenpeace is a multi-million-pound organisation. It's got glossy headquarters, and I don't believe or agree with anything it said. But if it wants to have its logo on or off an Iceland retailer video, it's fair enough. The wider question is, do we think that the EU, which is a very important question for us in Britain right now, has the same kind of rights as Clearcast to sort of walk around telling people not just what they can watch, but what they can grow in Africa and Malaysia? George, what's your view on that?
Well, that is a question which is actually completely irrelevant to this discussion.
No, it's not, because that's what palm oil is all about.
The relevance here is that
Iceland,
Iceland are right about this. Palm oil is the unbelievably destructive product, which is ripping forests apart, ripping peatlands apart, which have this huge store of carbon which goes boom, straight up into the atmosphere,
it's like fracking.
destroying watersheds, destroying wildlife on a phenomenal scale. Orangutans, tigers, rhinos, gibbons,
but isn't
all
that
being
a good
wiped
cover
out
for isn't that a good cover in Brussels, George, for EU growers of biofuels and oils?
I was hoping we might have a discussion, James, on this without getting it back to Brexit, because everything seems to come back to
no,
Brexit.
But it's very important in all of this. What Iceland is lining up, and I hope George is not lining up, behind the Brussels Commission in its fiat and its diktat to developing countries about their deforestation policies, about what oils they can and cannot grow which are deemed risky or not risky by Brussels. And I love orangutans just as much as George. I'm sentimental about them, and I'm also delighted that Brazil is growing 73 million new trees to get round the deforestation that's happened there. But that's for Brazil, Africa, Malaysia, Nigeria to decide, not for Iceland to do a right-on campaign and imagine that we all have to agree with it.
We have established you've won the prize for irrelevant distraction of the year.
Well,
let me try and get it back on track. Ultimately, Iceland the advert was banned, but we are here talking about it at length here on Sky News. It is all across the media, and this advert is still going to be out online. So Iceland are still getting their message across, George, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's actually been incredibly successful in that respect, and the boot that Clearcast wielded at Iceland has just flipped up and hit them in the face. And it's fantastic it's getting so much coverage, number one, but also that people are uniting in outrage against the banning of this, not just for the reasons that James has quite correctly spelt out, that this is ridiculous, this non-political political thing when it's all about products.
It's all about persuading people.
But primarily because this is such a huge threat to the living planet. I mean, palm oil is the worst possible ingredient in anything you can buy. So
I thought it was plastic.
Big congratulations to Iceland for taking it out, and a big thumbs down to this ridiculous self-appointed Clearcast body for banning the advert.
OK, we are out of time. Interesting and lively debate. Thank you both very much, George Monbiot and James Woodhouse. I should read what Clearcast have said, and they have said that Clearcast and the broadcasters have to date been unable to clear this Iceland ad because we're concerned that it doesn't comply with the political rules of the BCAP, that's the Broadcast Code for Advertising Practice Code. The creative submitted to us is linked to another organisation who've not yet been able to demonstrate compliance in this area. So that is what Clearcast are saying. Iceland putting 10-second clips online, and, well, we've seen the ad now, haven't we?